10,
9, 8,
7,
6,
3,
2,
1.
0.
What is up, Dash League? I'm Notgollum,
And I'm Willow.
and there you have it. Today we've got an exciting matchup between Bandit and Fake, both teams that are a part of the Soul Clan, along with us on Loop and some other teams. We're really looking forward to how this match plays out.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I thought it'd be fun to jump in. Bandit has been putting in the work recently. Definitely, they were a brand new team or pretty close to it at the start of the season. And Fake they joined Dash League right around the same time that Loop did. I think like 2 weeks before we did or after we did around. Fake is a bit of a veteran team. They have a season under their belt, and Bandit, though, I mean, they've just been grinding it out. I mean, I think they really want to see some serious win percentages at the end of the season.
With, I think as Bandit describes it, their dictator, Sage Birdie at the helm, really whipping people into shape.
Exactly.
I'm hoping to see some good results out of this team. Fake, meanwhile, I've been playing with some of them in lobbies, and K especially has been uploading some POV clips that have looked pretty sick.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how that's going to carry over into the actual results of this match. I feel like it's pretty up in the air.
Yeah.
Who's going to win this?
Definitely. I'm very interested to find out. I think it'll be a fun match. I think it'll be interesting. And so today on the docket, we have Canyon, Quarry, and Stadium. Which, kind of going back to the Quarry's being picked a lot. Teams are really starting to warm up to Quarry, it seems.
Yeah, not even just as a counter pick, but really as, like, the preferred map for a lot of teams at this point. Last season, it was a counter pick very occasionally, maybe 3 times over the whole season.
Right.
People just didn't like it. But nowadays, now that the meta for Quarry is kind of developed, people have really taken a harder look at how this map needs to work and how you need to approach it. There's a lot more emphasis on actually wanting to play this map over Waterway, where Waterway can have a lot of emphasis on long-range sniping skills and outright killing and being very fast. That means a match can end very quick. You can be a lot more methodical on Quarry. You have a lot more space to do so.
Yeah.
And only very highly skilled teams, like the top 3 really, can actually close out a match in the same speed as Waterway on Quarry. Besides that, there's a lot more breathing room to respawn, to redefend your base, to get a hold.
Yeah, really, really get your bearings. Even the top 3, honestly, they really struggle with it. Like Team Name has always said that they really love Quarry, and I don't doubt that. They're amazing at Quarry, but they've even secured some seriously fast Waterway wins, and they're an extremely capable team. Meanwhile, sometimes we see teams like UNSC who I don't think they've been counterpicking Quarry. I think they genuinely put in the work, they put in the time. I mean, they've gotten some serious wins on that Quarry that just totally dominate, and it was really impressive to see.
Do you know how to enable the being grabbed?
I don't know how to do
because
that.
They all
They
the
wanna
players
do it.
nowadays are looking for that. They see the drone within arm's reach and they want to grab it. Since some of the other casters, I think especially Firehorse, know how to do that.
Right.
This is some sort of messing with the settings.
I don't know what. To be honest, I don't even know what button it is.
It's got to be some kind of keystroke. But we don't want to go key smashing when we're set up for casting a match.
Exactly.
That might mess up a few things. Good to see you, Flippy and Agosto and Dog's Armpits. Everyone else is in the chat. Nice to see you here.
Thank you for all the firsts. You're all first in my
You're all
heart.
first in our heart.
Exactly.
It seems like, for the most part, Bandit is probably done with discussion since we see Nummies or whoever that is off to the side, ready to sneak to the enemy base.
Classic little glitch spot.
Yeah. I honestly, I hope they don't fix that glitch. There's some glitches, especially in the lobby, where you're just waiting around that I hope they never get rid of. I hope they keep it because it's a lot of fun to mess around like that.
It is funny. I mean, every time you scrim a team, if you're taking too long, it's kind of like, your little timer is going off when one of their players inevitably gets impatient and is like,
And
you know what, I'm
pushes
gonna go
into your
there. Yeah,
base.
into your base and starts killing you, and then you have to like talk comms while you're trying to kill them and keep them out, and you know, it's all in good fun. I think it's very entertaining. Interesting little last minute switch. I guess they're doing Quarry first, which, you know, that's kind of another interesting thing that I think is relatively unique to this season. You know, some teams like to do their Dom first. The general consensus is Payload goes first. Some people will say it's because Payload, you kind of have some time to warm up and whatever. Honestly, I think it's more just a culture at this point. That just, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, it's a universal truth of Hyperdash.
That's just a tradition.
Yeah, but, you know, now this season we're seeing a lot of teams try to get the domination first for whatever reason. Whether, you know, it's about rosters, it's about, you know, staying warm, it's you know,
Maybe that's what they warmed up in the lobby before this too. Some teams go ahead and try and set up that way. And if you're fresh off of a domination practice, you might as well start out with that during the actual match.
Right. Yeah. And you know, I think also Payload is kind of the fan favorite. You know, I think everyone kind of likes Payload the most, or in general, if you ask most League players, they'll say that Payload is their favorite. So I think they just kind of want to do the one that they really like, and you know, then we'll get around.
It's because with Payload, like, there's still time enough for stuff to happen. Even if it's very one-sided, there's still a lot of highs and lows that can happen for the team that's getting their butt whooped. They can still do something,
right?
Even on a Payload. On domination, that's a lot more difficult to get done, since it's so much more about positioning, crossing sight lines, outright skill. That it becomes a big part of both Quarry and Waterway.
Quarry.
Quarry and Waterway, yeah. But the point still stands, despite the little lisp there. That a lot of teams also have a unique strength one way or another. I'm thinking Fake might end up being stronger in this domination match than they are on Payload. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do against Bandit here, but if I'm honest, I'm going to give Fake the advantage for this match.
Really?
For this map, rather.
Interesting.
And I think we might see a control point today, based on my experience with Bandit's Payload by comparison.
Which is, definitely their preferred, you know, kind of domain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's very interesting. I'd love to see any predictions in the chat. It's always weird reading chat and keeping up with everything. But yeah, I don't disagree. I think this will be interesting. Either way, I don't think we're going to see, you know, kind of the domination classic of team scores in, you know, 2 minutes and then the map is over.
Yeah.
I think this Quarry is going to do kind of a, you know, the classic Quarry, take a little bit, take some time. Teams are going to be grouping up. So I hope we see a good match for both sides.
That said, the opener here is going to be very important, very indicative of how the rest of the match is going to go, because you can get a lot done on the opener when everyone's ready, leaving all at once. You know exactly where the enemy is going to go. And if you can get that tunnel dash very quickly, like I think K here, no, Digit Blob is going for, you can get straight into the enemy base. Gets taken out.
Oh.
Alex, following up with his teammate, gets the tunnel dash and is now in Fake's base. Grabs their button too. He's fighting a 3-on-1, I think, at this point.
There we go.
There we go. Now we got the minimap. Alex getting taken out. Sage was following up. Nice headshot by Taxi, though. Nope, by Digit Blob. I keep misnaming Digit Blob. We're just on his perspective, and it's hard to see. On the caster screen, we actually don't get names. I have to go ahead and look at the stream screen. Bandit doing a very controlled push straight into Fake's base, and now has control of their button. Alex, once again, the disruptor, the main disruptor in Fake's base, gets control of that button, once again, gets 2 kills, set up on the health pack, waiting for Fake to try and push back. Fake has only control of B, whereas Bandit has control of Fake's base and their own base. Is Alex not going to survive, though? Digiplob goes ahead and takes him out, grabbing some health. Setting up in the tunnel. This is kind of the back and forth we expect to see with this map. If the opener is an outright huge advantage to one team or another, then there's a lot more back and forth both on B and in the tunnel. We're getting a lot of focus on tunnel right now, though. I think some teams kind of have like dedicated B pushers and dedicated button or tunnel pushers rather. And because there's not a lot of crossover, I think with the on-dead switch, we end up not seeing a whole ton of B. If not a lot more gets done here in Bandit's base on this push by Taxi, then we might switch to some of the B pushers. There we go. That's a good kill.
Nice little counter. Taxi rotating back to B.
Making-
Oh, getting
Gets
a
another kill.
Oh.
Is B clear?
Not quite.
No.
Getting the dual shotguns though. Taxi, you know. Oh, they're known for kind of having some good shotgun play. They're super low. Gets taken out by the 2-on-1 at B. So now we're seeing Sage Birdie kind of Bandit taking control of that B. But you hope to see that their entire team can start taking some space and using their own edge of B.
Fake really struggling to get any sort of group push. Bandit the exact opposite, moving in groups but not quite able to follow up at all 3 locations at once. There's always something going wrong at either B or at Fake's base. So far all of the momentum has been in Bandit's favor throughout this entire match though. Sage trying to keep control of B. Gets stolen by someone from Fake who circles back. Takes out Sage, doesn't go straight for the button. That was a very smart play.
That good little rotation into the enemy base we're seeing here from Key. Always kind of a confusing, like I want to say, I always read it as like Kai or Key, or there's just a million ways that I feel like you can read that name.
I say it as K.
K, that's the other one, yep.
It looks like Fake is actually getting a score from disadvantage to scoring. That's huge.
Nice.
Gets control of their own base,
But
but circle back by K.
Looks like they were missing their own base for a long time, and I imagine that we're going to find some Bandit in the enemy base. So even though the Key is doing an amazing job holding down Bandit's base, they're just going to get taken out, and you know, no points end up going to be scored from that. Also, to Dog's Armpit in the chat, you know, I'm very down to do the captain's interviews. I agree. I think it's really fun to do the interviews after. I'll message both of the teams after this map between the two. I'll see if I can grab one of them.
Yeah. That said, we've got Taxi pushing through the tunnel now, trying to skip as many Bandit players as possible. The Bandit players also skipping them right back.
Very interesting that Taxi didn't grab the dash there. Taxi's just going on their own. I mean, it looks like they kind of just have a mission, and you know, even though probably that dash would have helped them better, especially since Bandit ended up taking that dash, which they can use that dash to get into their base. Yeah, there's Alex, who I believe was the one who took that dash. Maybe a bit of a misplay by Taxi, but you know, we still see some Fake in the enemy base, so at least it doesn't amount to nothing. That we're seeing some clogging happening of Bandit in their base as Sage Birdie's pushing out to B now.
The trend I'm starting to notice at this point is Bandit having a lot of good counter plays, but not as many countdowns as Fake has had. When Fake pushes out as a group, they get a countdown, whereas Bandit is pushing out as a group more consistently, but not quite getting that countdown for a point as consistently when they do.
Exactly.
Neo DVD.
Nice gold rockets over at B. I love
Gold
it.
double rockets too. That's one of my favorite ways to play Quarry, is with double rockets. It's so different from the pistols that sometimes the enemy might not know exactly what to expect.
Misses the button a little bit there. Oh, but we see the nice follow-up by Key here, getting the health, but they're not going to be able to do that button hold. Something interesting, both teams are not really seeing as much button holding as I would like. And both teams not really grabbing any dashes.
Texas Toast just gave it to them. I'm glad that Fake player got taken out on behalf of Bandit, but didn't grab that dash. Would have been less of a problem if Texas Toast just grabbed the dash and didn't worry about who it's assigned to.
Exactly. Assigning dashes on any map is always, you know, kind of it's a big risk. You know, it has high reward because, you know, then you can ensure that max dash goes to those who will utilize it the most. However, you know, the enemy also usually can utilize it just as effectively as your team. So it really can be a catch-22.
Looks like 505 was circling back to the base, trying to push in B with a teammate.
Interesting to turn back there. I think they missed one that was right next to them. They didn't see him. So we might see one Bandit sneak into Fake's base. That was a long turnaround that Fake did there of going all the way back to base. I don't know if I would have really recommended that for my players to waste that much time, you know, to just doing all that walking to try 505 shooting their own friend.
It looked more like a fishing maneuver. They pulled their teammate up to the ledge with them. 505 following up with his teammate, trying to get a score. Can't hold the button. There's two Bandit players who
you have
respawned.
shotguns. Hold that
button.
button. Come on. No.
Sage able to get that button. Now there's 4 Bandit players alive. 3.
Oh, nice.
And
I mean,
they almost have a wipe. At this point, they basically have complete control unless the Rockets can pull something crazy.
Amazing rockets. Oh, this might
There's
be it.
still K. 4 Bandit players alive. I really don't think that Fake is going to get it on this push.
They were close. Yes.
Especially because Bandit was in Fake space for just a moment. That was very close, very intense.
Yeah, I think had that button been held by those double shotguns, you know, then probably they would have gotten a point there.
Yeah, because Bandit would have to spend time killing the player holding the button as well as
Oh.
pushing the button.
Nice little direct contact there. Very interesting rocket hold that they had there, holding the gun so high up.
Yeah, it's almost like a T-Rex hold. It seems like they're gonna shoot the rocket straight down towards you,
Right.
no matter where they're standing. That could be an advantage in close quarters. I could see that being helpful, since you really want to guarantee that if someone's in your face and you have rockets, you don't accidentally shoot yourself.
Yeah, that is the biggest risk with rockets, right? But we're seeing rockets already back at B. Took very little time. Something I find interesting is how much rails, you know, how much railroading's going on over at B, where you kind of like sharks, you see both teams kind of circling on those 2 rails, just waiting for the enemy to get there.
Waiting for the enemy to make a mistake, get out in the open, and then get shot.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Neo DVD making his way towards Bandit's base, making his way from a sneaky position too. Try not to get seen until it's too late. Gets taken out on the button though. Bandit takes control once again. Nummy's making his way through tunnel, tries to circle back for that Fake player who's just too fast.
Oh, we're seeing
And they're
Fake scoring. Oh, Bandit
There's
might
2
not be
Bandit
able to do
players
anything
in the
about
tunnel.
it.
Now
Oh.
1. That was close. Bandit was very confident in their teammates being able to make some use out of that, and is now over in Fake's base.
Oh, he's not going to go get his own button, relying on his team to go do the follow-up as Blob goes through to B.
Once he confirmed the kill, he knew it was good.
Exactly. Oh, nice little kill. That's a nice follow-up on Fake's part, on Blob's part at the very least. So now we see 2 Fake in the enemy base, which is exactly what you want to see. You want to see as many of your team in the enemy base as possible. But it looks like Bandit has their base.
Bandit has their base. Had B. Doesn't anymore.
Now we see 3 Fake in the enemy base, but, you know, if your whole team's in the enemy base, then no one's hitting anything else.
Then you're not going to get the point that you need.
Exactly.
Bandit starting to take control of their own base once again. I think it's just K or someone with shotguns at this point. Taxi, that's who it was. Glitched Robot making his way towards B. Bandit now has the momentum. They have control of B as well. Now it's contested by 3, now 2 Fake players. Looks like the contest is done. K gets the final kill. Has control of B. Momentum moving forward. Does Fake have anyone in tunnel who can follow this up, though? A score is happening.
Oh, there we go. Now we
K
see
knew
some
about the button hold, but just couldn't quite do it. His hands were too high up in his gun hold.
It's hard to get a double kill like that, too, while you're holding a button. I mean, that's something that takes some, you know, serious skill or serious misplay by the enemy team. You know, any 2v1 situation is extremely difficult, especially while you're also having to hold a button. Yeah, but we see, Key taken out again. So now we're seeing, if you look at the minimap, most of Bandits moving to B right now. But it seems like a lot of Fake are in there, so we're probably going to see a really big firefight over here at B. And whichever team wins is going to start to push out, try to take the enemy base. Nice little double kill by Texas here.
Almost a triple, but K too nice with it with that gun hold.
Man, K must be getting every dash. Like I feel like they're in every single firefight.
Yeah, and Digit Blob, it seems like is consistently moving through the tunnel. They're in the enemy base a lot as well, and the kills to show it. If we go ahead and look at the scoreboard for just a moment, we can see Taxi is top scoring on Fake, definitely getting a lot of button presses. And we remember seeing that. A lot of the times we end up on their perspective when we're in Bandit's base.
Mm-hmm.
Conversely, Alex over in Fake space a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
And that kind of explains the top score there. K taking a defensive position here. Gets a kill. Nice kill on Texas Toast.
These are very professional looking gun holds that I'm seeing on both teams using. Walk over to the dash. But the killing power on both teams is actually extremely impressive. We're seeing, not one team kind of dominating the other, but we're seeing some seriously impressive plays. Oh, just like that one, 505 with the shotguns.
Misses
Gets
the button.
taken out.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That dash that you get from hitting the button was very important for that fight. And it's unfortunate 505 missed that. And now Glitched Robot is going to try and clean things up. Taxi takes him out, though. Fake has control of B. Taxi also grabbing those shotguns.
we're seeing a lot of shotgun play over on Fake's side. It's something very interesting. You know, Fake is the European team. I think they're Italian is the majority of their team, so it could definitely be a ping related strategy that, you know, some pickups generally are better in certain ping versus others, especially pistols, because you have to be hyper accurate, and with the kill playback and everything, it can be a little difficult. But man, yeah, rockets, shotguns, all that from Fake side. I love to see it.
Yeah, Neo DVD making his way to B. Rockets are pretty strong on B, as we've seen in the past. You can just clear that button. You can expect almost when the enemy is going to try and pop it. Neo DVD following up with another teammate towards Bandit's base. One in the basement, one up top. Good kill by Neo DVD.
Taking their
Grabs
dash.
the dash. Hits the button. Is this going to be a
Oh,
score?
misses.
Will this turn into a score, rather?
It
Gets one
definitely
kill.
could be.
Hits the button.
Oh,
Gets taken out.
we're
But
seeing
there's still
Bandit's
K
whole
over
team.
there.
So much going on.
And that's a wipe.
Yeah. Well, that was a good play by Fake there. Just couldn't. I think the timing of Bandit getting taken out. I mean, we saw their entire team there. It looks like Sagebirdie might have crashed. Their entire team, and you know, it just doesn't matter what team you are. Taking a 5v2 is extremely difficult.
Now, because this game has been so back and forth, if Fake, who may not be aware of the fact that Sage has crashed, is able to push forward and get something done very quickly, they might actually get the 1 point they need to take this game. Since it's so back and forth, I think if one team gets 1 point, that could be it.
Yeah, we're already over halfway into this match, and not a single score has been made. You know, I honestly thought that we would have seen a bunch of scores being made by both teams. But, you know, equally as likely when you have two teams that are decently even in skill is no points are being made.
Because they both want to have control of all the buttons and make sure that they move forward defensively and smartly and not just
Right.
give free space.
Exactly.
New DVD setting up with a pre-fire on the button, maybe trying to bait someone out. Looks like their teammate took out whoever that was. Grabs the far dash. Good. Glad someone's grabbing dashes. And then now it's Neo DVD versus
Nice.
Sage. That's a matchup we've seen before.
Waiting for the bait for them to go for the button. I mean, that was really hook, line, and sinker with that kill.
Yeah, a bit more of that shark metaphor you were talking about earlier. Whoa, good kill on Texas. That high gun angle probably helped out with making sure Neo DVD didn't take himself out in the process. And now Fake going for an aggressive basement push.
Oh, totally skipping those that were shooting at him, going straight for the button. I mean, that's extremely objective focus.
Especially because no one's looking at him.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh,
Fake
focusing-
only has control
Oh!
of Bandit's base.
Wow, they're missing everything. Oh,
And-
here we
and
go.
Bandit getting a countdown despite two Fake players in Bandit's base.
We're seeing some amazing rocket play here by Neo DVD, but, you know, it might not be enough. Oh, Bandit really should be holding their button if they know that Fake has people in their base, but looks like they finally get the takeout, but just too little too late. Looks like Fake finally got their base secured. And let's see what's going on over at Fake's base. Yep, totally free over here. You know, the mistiming over there on Bandit's side, you know, if Bandit had held their own button, then maybe they could have gotten a score there. But now we're seeing Bandit getting another countdown here. We see 2 at B, though. Might not be enough.
Yeah, Bandit's kind of depending on their 2 star players, the 2 top killers rather, to get things done over in Fake space while they try to prevent Fake from counter pushing through B.
Ooh, good rocket.
Neo DVD is just crazy with these long range rockets. It seems like in most matchups where he's given space and he's not being flanked by 2 or more players, he's able to try and get something done. Texas Toast though, making me eat my own words immediately. Aggressively pushing into Fake space, grabbing that far dash, going up, trying to prevent
Trying to
Neo
get those
DVD
kills.
from going towards the button. Needs to not stay at the button too long, or else the rockets will take him out.
Oh, man.
Takes
Well,
out
does Fake even
505.
have rockets up right now?
Yeah,
Oh,
Neo
there you
DVD
go, there's
has
the
been
one.
bouncing around the button. Alex on the button, not holding it though. Was trying to
Gets
get a
taken
kill.
out.
Had his hands over the button, but not on it. That's the important difference. You need to be pushing that button down.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and equally as possible too is instead of holding it, you can press it at the exact same time that the enemy's pressing it. Much more dangerous, but you know, if you're getting pushed by a lot of people and you need to be very mobile, that might be your only option.
I can expect that a Neo DVD would probably do something like that at this rate, based on how much they've been bouncing around the map.
Nice headshot by Glitch Robot right there. Hold him
This
down.
robot Maybe
B.
going for another headshot. No, not able to follow up on whoever just
Nope.
left B. Would prefer to keep control of the button, maybe call out that someone's in Bandit's base now.
Yeah, you know, from both teams, I'm definitely noticing not quite enough people in the enemy's base. Fake has actually been pretty phenomenal about keeping at minimum of 2 people in the enemy base. But I don't think we've really seen that same level of coordination coming out of Bandit's side. They seem to kind of be coming in, hitting it. If they do hit it and they have multiple in there, then none of them are holding the button. You know, I think if you have 3 people in the enemy base, you know, I would just put all 3 people on holding that button. I mean, you really don't need anything else to happen.
You can't kill everybody. There's only so many bullets in a pistol.
Exactly.
Glitch Robot really heavily keeping control of B, depending on his teammates pushing through the tunnel, I assume, to go forward. Or the rest of his teammates who just left B to go forward into Fake's base. There we go. We have someone fighting Glitched on B. Who is that? Are they going to get the kill? That's Taxi. Taxi takes them out. Very nice. Very quick CPS there. Grabs the health.
Oh,
no,
misses the health. Oh.
That's too bad. Neo DVD, though, following up on his teammate. Oh, gave away his position trying to get the kill. Glitch Robot, good follow-up there, killing the rockets. Now is trying to get something done on B. It looks like by himself.
Oh,
he took out one. Now it's a 1v1.
Not
Can he get
quite.
revenge on Taxi?
Oh, running out of bullets.
There we
You go. Gets the nice kill. But not Glitch. You know, you hear that you have a countdown going with your team, and Glitch still kind of holding down B, making sure that no Fake can go in there. You know, if I heard that there was a countdown going on, I'd want to come in and join my team. You know, if I was in the enemy base and I knew that I could have had some reinforcements, if they were just there holding down B, I'd be like, get over here. I need your help.
See, where Glitched is now is actually a position I like more, because you can see everywhere that Fake could possibly come from to go to B outside of your own base, right? You can see the tunnel with the rail. You can see the main area that they get the dash from. That's really all you need. You don't need to wait inside B and sneak up on someone at the risk of losing a countdown because someone's too quick. So I like that more aggressive positioning. Taxi going in with double shotguns, and 3 teammates at B. Is Fake gonna follow up with that advice?
Oh,
Texas toast from behind.
A nice flank by Texas there. Clears out his base. Now we see Bandits kind of all together, multiple pushing B, multiple pushing tunnel at the exact same time. I'd really like to see Bandit hold down this level of coordination that they have. We already see there's only 1 Bandit at B now. Oh, maybe no, there's 3. Okay, well let's see if Bandit can capitalize on these 3 people being there.
Texas toast
push
moving
out.
in forward. Vanguard grabs that dash 2, takes out the rockets. That's been an important linchpin in Fake's defense of their own button for a while. Sage trying to get something done by herself now.
Oh, gets taken out.
That was a decent button hold, though.
Fake now having control of their base is going to be doing counter push. Let's see how Bandit can handle this, because now that Fake is doing the exact same thing, all respawning at the exact same time. But, oh, looks like Alex cleaning up.
Digit Blob using a million dashes to get that kill. Alex trying to distract on the button, not worrying about holding it. Good trade.
Oh, nice trade.
Bandit still has their button. Is
This
there
might
anyone
be it.
there?
Oh,
Taxi.
Oh.
Just countering at Bandit's base too. If Taxi wasn't at Bandit's base and winning those gunfights, that would have been a point for Bandit. That was an important trade by Alex. Taxi now getting taken out by Nummies.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh.
Got 2 Bandit players pushing through tunnel, Nummies and Alex. And some kind of fights going on B. It looks like Bandit has control of B and the tunnel. Could this be the push that does it? There was a countdown for a moment, but not all of Bandit was ready to go. And now they're getting taken out one at a time.
Misses the dash over there, Blob. You know, it's funny how many teams seem to be missing their pickups or just straight up not going for them. You know, that's a simple thing that you can kind of train that kind of would make a big difference based on how much that we've seen it from both teams today. Looks like we see one of Bandit pushing solo into the enemy base.
And one other Bandit player following up just after their teammate died. If they had followed up a little bit sooner. 3!
Oh no, 3 totally disjointed Bandits at Fake's base.
That could have been a 3v2 instead of 3 different 2v1s, which is the reason why they lost that push. Digit Blob grabbing dash and going back to their base. It seems like Fake at this point is kind of trying to push forward, but probably expecting to go into the overtime push towards B after the timer runs out.
Where is Blob going here? They're just circling their own base.
Shaking their head.
Yeah, right. Maybe their headset was being a little weird, so they wanted to play a little more defensively. Maybe someone called that there was some Bandit in their base, but you know they weren't actually found. That was very interesting, though. I would not usually recommend turning around and going back towards your own base. You only win by taking as many buttons as possible.
Yeah. We got about 3 minutes left on the clock. Bandit has control of B and their own point once again. Digit Blob moving through tunnel once again. They're gonna go for that dash and circle back to their own base. They're just trying to prevent Bandit of moving through tunnel. I think they're probably going for a 4 versus 1 push. 4 fake players on B and 1 skilled fake player in tunnel. Digiblob now moving to play aggressive.
Oh!
Going for a countdown. There were only 3 Bandit players left. They take out Digiblob. Now Bandit has control of B and their own point. Digiblob will be respawning. I assume moving to tunnel, trying to fight Alex once again. This is a fight they're very familiar with. They've been fighting throughout this tunnel all of the 25 minutes of this game. Takes out 2 players. Digiblob still alive. Grabs that dash.
Oh, Dash dancing around Glitch Robot. Oh my god.
Ankles.
Oh, his robotic ankles are just, oh man, they're done for.
They could use some grease at this point. Digiblob trying to get some sneaky bounce shots through there. Glitch pushes up with the cave dash. Digiblob still alive in cave, trying to just keep control of it and prevent Bandit from getting anything into their base while Fake fights on B. Fake has control of B too. So far this is working. If Fake can then move forward, or if Digiblob doesn't get taken out by players like Texas Toast, who's now sneaking through Fake's tunnel. Taxi, good follow-up there. Texas Toast just not quite enough dashes to escape that. Taxi set up on B with the double shotguns. Neo DVD with the double rockets also. Lots of heavy pickups on behalf of Fake. Glitch Robot leaving the tunnel, not fighting Digiblob in there anymore. Gets a hold on B too.
Nice hold!
That's the point!
Oh! And with so little time left over. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think they've got like 1.5, maybe 2 minutes left. Let's look at the
time.
time. 1 minute
15. It's going to be hard for
If Fake doesn't get it on this opener, I think Bandit's going to win this map. That 1 point with that button hold was huge.
I'm glad that that Bandit kind of figured out that the button hold was the secret to them kind of pulling it through, and we see that it worked out great for them.
It seems like so far Fake's initial opening push has been countered, and now Bandit's kind of going more defensive, maybe taking control of B, but for the most part trying to defend their own base with players like Sagebirdie on the shocks. Sagebirdie just keeping the 1 shock. Oh no, they are moving forward. They're trying to get something else done. Maybe going for some an extra point there, trying to increase how much MMR they can give from this match. Although because it's so close, I think they're going to be hard pressed to defend their base and move out and get something done all at the same time.
Yeah.
And they probably know that. Only 20 seconds left on the clock. I don't think Bandit is really expecting to get any points here. Fake, well aware of that, knows Bandit is going to play very defensively. A lot of movement around the button.
Pushing out totally together, but we only see 12 seconds left, and we see that Sagebirdie has a rocket. It's going to be hard for them to get anything in these 12 seconds, especially since Fake is so disjointed right now.
Those double rockets by Neo DVD get taken out.
There you go.
And that's the map. That's the first map. Man, that was close.
That was extremely close. Congratulations to Bandit on winning that. The only 1 point on Quarry.
Literally a last-minute point.
Yeah, literally, yes. Let's go ahead and take a look at these scores here.
Taxi, top scoring in the lobby overall, and on his own team, 20,000 points here. Lots of button pressing, lots of aggressive plays and good kills. Digiblob, however, top in the lobby with almost a 2 KD. That's insane. That's insane. Over on Bandit, a lot more balance throughout, but Alex top scoring. We saw them over in Fake Space a whole lot. That kind of explains that. There you go. Well played by both teams.
Yeah.
I'm wondering whether they're going to do some kind of server switch for the payload.
Yeah,
maybe. Change the ping around. The ping doesn't seem too bad for Fake, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just kept it here for ease of everything. It seems like so far that might be what's happening.
Yeah, I don't see anything happening so far in terms of the of people. Yeah, it looks like they're all in their respective area. It looks like we're going to be staying on the same New York server, it looks like. So, I'm always personally pro staying in the same server. It makes it easier for the casters, makes it easier for the players. I think it just kind of makes everything run a little bit more smoothly.
Yeah, as long as you can keep things balanced, it really doesn't need to change around too much.
Exactly.
if you have something like 200 ping, like maybe there's some argument there to switch things around a little bit, but looks like they're going ahead and doing some kind of yoga glitch robot leading it on the table. Love to see this nice mental relaxation on the side of Bandit, trying to reset that mindset for a very different game mode. So they're going to be pushing a cart, and they're going to have to repeatedly fight the same enemies in different locations.
Yeah, possibly. But like we said earlier, Bandit, I think, definitely is much more comfortable on their payloads, and we might see something a lot less even on this payload versus that domination.
At least in terms of our expectations of the match, this is going to be an uphill battle for Fake to try and take this map and bring it to control point.
Yeah, but, never say never. With how close that Quarry was, it's absolutely possible that Fake can pull something out, make checkpoint when Bandit doesn't, or get some serious coordination. I mean, we saw a serious amount of explosives on Quarry, so if we saw explosives on Quarry, oh man, we better see it for Launchpad.
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of disruption on behalf of Digit Blob too. That could be brutal. In this map, we saw them with almost a 2 KD after that last match.
Really, was that high?
It was 87 and 47.
Yeah, that is
so
nearly 2 KD.
If Fake can make proper use of that and have the rest of the team follow up, and if those rockets are consistent, that could be how they pull this map win.
Yeah, that seriously could make a difference. I mean, if you have explosives in the back and then a seriously good killer up in the front, that would be really impressive.
It's a win sandwich. Anyways. At this point, we're just waiting for both teams to finish their strat talks, maybe finalize some sort of rosters. I think Fake might have had a player swap out. I'm not sure. I think they just had a player leave and come back. Maybe they had to reset something on
No
their
roster
headset.
swaps. That's very interesting. Again, we talked about this in a few other casts, but I feel like roster swapping is a lot of teams are swapping less rosters, whether it's just simply because of availability or because you want to keep a team warm. You want to keep them ready for everything.
They're also used to whatever ping they were just playing.
Exactly. And they're used to the enemy's playstyle, most importantly. For those in the chat, I did agree to get both Bandit captains in the booth after this match, and so we can give them a nice little interview. You can see what they think about the match. Drop your predictions in the chat. I know that we said our predictions make it a little biased, but I'd love to see them. We're always reading the chat as usual. And finally, we've got a bunch of viewers and a bunch of likes along with it, but if you haven't liked the video yet, it super helps the league grow. Even just one person finding these casts from just a YouTube recommended, that's how the league gets discovered. That's how things blow up. We saw a huge amount of teams blow up in season 3, and I'd love to see that happen again next season. Hello, Shout. Welcome to the chat. So yeah, leave a like if you haven't. Leave a like if you love this commentary of this game or Dash League in general.
Make a new Google account and leave another like.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Log in on your mom's Gmail. Leave a like.
Leave your credit card information in the comments.
Yeah,
too.
Definitely. Social security number, all that, right next to your prediction.
Right.
But that only goes for Shout. That's the only one I want to see.
Everyone else, do not follow that advice. That is not for you.
But Shout though, I expect to be seeing it here in a second.
I want a new quest too.
Yeah, new quest too. I'd love a new index. I'd love to get my hands on one of those. I know Lazarus just bought an index. He switched from a quest 2 to a index, and man, he's saying he's loving it.
Is the index like a free from an untethered headset rather?
No, it is
that
tethered.
one of those?
It's the Vive, like the newest Vive kind of thing. It's the one that has all fingers are independent in it. So when you see
nice.
if you go watch the Half-Life Alyx trailer, you see they like have all these little finger stuff that they're doing, and they can move every finger individually. That's because the index has that. It also has like feedback, basically, where if you grip the controller or if you grip it really hard and put all your strength into it, then that can tell you a difference, and they can detect that, which is all very interesting. But what's interesting is that the index doesn't have grip buttons. So you can't put reload on grip anymore, which I don't know what I would do if I didn't have my reload on grip.
You have to put it on your index finger, maybe, or your middle finger there. Oh, we got a prediction from Dog's
Yeah,
Armpits.
definitely. Thank you, Dog's Armpit. I was reading it, so the chat went totally. Fake might just be winning Launchpad. That would be very interesting, and I know we just said that we're kind of giving it to Bandit, but now that I think about it, with how good those explosives were and how high that KD was, Fake might actually be able to pull this through pretty well if they keep that coordination up, because they have all the key ingredients to make a perfect launch pad.
And they
right?
even have the key ingredient.
Yeah, there you go. But let's find out if they can put that oven on 350 and mix all their ingredients perfectly.
Let the bread rise.
Yeah, other baking analogies. Fake has low ping. Yeah, I don't think they have too high of a ping.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the intention with choosing whatever server they're on now, probably New York, is that the ping is pretty balanced between teams, and that there might be a little bit of a disadvantage for some of the Fake players, but not enough that either of them really care. That's kind of what I assume for this match, and that's why they're just staying in the server here.
Yeah, definitely possible.
Especially if they like using a lot of the heavy weapons like shotguns and such. Anyways, that could be a benefit to them in some ways.
So it looks like we're seeing some predictions. Bandit making 100% and Fake making it 89%. Making it 100% on Canyon is extremely impressive.
Yeah.
I know. I think I said Launchpad earlier. It's Canyon. But
I think Dog's armpit tricked us.
Oh, you totally did. You know what? Nothing is ever my fault. It's actually all the chat's fault.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, 100% is hard to make. 100% to 89%. That would be a sight to see. I would be really interested in that. Because most games I think we've seen now are either fully pre-checkpoint or double post checkpoint when it comes to games being close. But I think usually both teams get pre-checkpointed. I think it's kind of rare that both teams make checkpoint and get kind of really close to each other.
Here we go. Start of the match.
Shout says they think Bandit will take it, and if they're wrong, they'll consume a raw egg.
I'll be looking for the video in the Discord after this.
Yeah, exactly. You better not be lying.
Bandit starting out on blue, pushing the cart. It looks like they're going to start with a double stack there. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Fake setting up on red.
There we go. Just fixing a little mini.
Oh, is Bandit going to triple stack here, or are they just having a conversation?
It looks like they're doing some really late strat talks.
Mm-hmm. They could be holding back closer to the cart. That could be what that is. Fake already set up with the intimidation rockets.
Oh man!
Made that Bandit player think twice before hopping out. You could see the hesitation in their face. They're Fake now setting up, hitting the cart. Good rockets there. Neo DVD.
Look at how high they hold their guns.
Not on rockets.
I wonder if they're not in seated mode. The Neo DVD might just be a really tall person.
that could be it. Helps with seeing over ledges and such, though. Texas Toast gets a good kill in the cubby. A lot of back and forth with K. K ultimately winning that fight, though. That takes control of the lobby once again. The cart's moving. Oh, K taken out by the cart itself. Good kill by Sage Birdie. Riding that cart, pushing it forward. We go ahead and see K's POV once again, grabs a dash, pushes forward, tries to get something done, following up with his teammates.
Oh,
Bandit,
a triple
however,
stack.
Yeah, not expecting to see that many teammates on the cart all at once. K getting taken out. 505 also on the rail.
Oh, Texas getting some nice rail clearing.
But the cart, is the cart moving? Oh, it is moving. That's good.
Yep, it's moving now.
Okay, that's something that's important to call out. If you have a disruptor or a killer player moving around, getting lots of kills, but the cart's empty, ultimately those kills don't end up meaning a whole lot. Bandit really emphasizing this triple stack on the cart. They're making fantastic time. The cart's been stopped for a quarter of a second once. I like to see this dancing on the cart by Texas Toast, in lieu of anything better to do outside of get killed by rockets. Taxi, set up, hitting the cart. Gets one good hit, but not quite the kill that they needed.
Wow.
Teammate follows up. A lot of bouncing back and forth. Love to see this movement by Taxi.
It's amazing. And with usually where the cart is right now, you want to make it with 4 minutes left. And it looks like Bandit's about 30 seconds ahead, making it right there. It looks like that we're seeing a push got shut down. Let's go see what's happening over at Bandit's side. They might be getting spawn camped here, but now they're able to get on the cart. Rockets are still there. They're standing on cart. This is a ballsy move.
But they're missing the cart. They only just got the kill right there. That was actually some worthwhile cart movement.
Yeah, that was a significant amount.
Is the cart moving now? No, it doesn't seem like it. K getting a good flank, not letting Bandit group up. Now that entire group is failed. There's one Bandit player pushed up, out of position.
Oh, we're seeing Key get a nice little, cheeky spot over on the back there. Key trying to get a nice little flank on their future group ups over on Bandit's side. Bandit riding over on the top rail. Sage Birdie completely alone in the health room. If we look at the minimap, yeah, it looks like Bandit is now finally pushing together. Sagebirdie was just a bit ahead of the cusp. Let's switch over to some Bandit, see what's going on over there.
Looks like we have a group up. Getting ready here, Texas Toast leading the charge. Sagebirdie probably following up on the cart itself. No, multiple players on the cart getting taken out, all by Neo DVD.
Yeah, not a great idea to put multiple people on the cart right out of a rollout like that when you know that the enemy has rockets. You kind of want to push it, try to dodge the rockets or take them out.
And I'll say the rockets out of Fake have been pretty nice to see, having two players. To some extent dedicated to the rockets, ready to hit the cart at any moment, is very good. Conversely, though, Bandit has been getting a lot of good micro pushes after that triple stack initially for most of the map. And K has been getting a good flank on the cart, but ultimately the cart did move 1 or 2% in that whole time.
Yeah, they only need to make it to 50, I think 51%-ish.
Yeah, just barely 51.
Yeah, so they're only 4% away from where they need to go, and they have 2.5 minutes, which in Hyperdash time, that, I mean, might as well be years. That might be centuries. I mean, 2.5 minutes is a serious amount of time that
I'd be growing gray robot hair by that time.
I know, if you're on red team. But if you're on blue team, you know, you got to make sure that these pushes count. Because making checkpoint isn't the end of the game. You want every second possible that you can past checkpoint to keep everything going. Alex getting taken out over on the flank there. We see Bandit gets a little push forward, but doesn't really capitalize on it, only getting 1% forward. But if they do that 3 or 4 more times, I mean, that's all they need. So
Bandit was really good on the counter disruption there. They now have Texas Toast all the way behind. Are they going to get chased by anyone on the side of Fake? I hope they wouldn't. I hope Fake would wait for them to pop their head out and then take them out here. Good kill there. It looks like they got a little bit of movement on cart. There was a Fake player on cart for a lot of that fight, though. Ultimately, not a whole lot done by that flanker. One Bandit player pushing in alone. I like to see this explosive down
nice.
main rail. That's why it's important to have 2 Rocketeers, especially someone with their hands as high up as Neo DVD who can get that close-range fight kill.
But they're still extremely close. I mean, if they do one more shock push like that, that could be checkpoint.
They've got 1 minute to do this. But if Fake keeps stacking the cart like this, and Bandit doesn't pick up explosives to clear the cart and take advantage of the situation, they might not actually make it through checkpoint. There we go. Just barely getting checkpoint. Good job, Bandit.
That's a great checkpoint by Bandit. Now they have 1 minute extra past this.
Digit Blob on the retreat, trying to grab health and dash. Now it's to fight Texas Toast. Back in their own spawn, moving all the way back, following Glitch, not letting him spawn camp at all.
Very interesting choice. We're seeing a lot of rotating backwards here by Blob. I think it worked out on that specific life right there. But the downside is, even though he prevented his team from not getting spawn camp, look at this. We're seeing 2 Bandit on cart getting that 10% speed boost. If you're new to the league, you don't know. Every person that you put onto the cart gives a 10% boost. That's what those little tick marks on the front of it mean. And so, you know, yeah, he prevented his team from getting spawn camp, but also, you know, that cart was moving that whole time, and ultimately that cart is what matters.
Yeah, the cart's now starting to move up the ramp. Underneath, excuse me for the yawn there. That is not a reflection of the game at all, which has been very back and forth, especially with the Rocketeers. My goodness. Moving underneath what we call barcodes. I like to call it barcodes at least.
Dogs Armpits, I love your Einstein theory in the chat about facing D. I fully agree. Facing D does feel like sitting on a hot burner, I think was the Einstein quote.
Sagebirdie not quite able to secure that kill on cart. Taxi trying to get a flank on it. I did like that cart movement, though, with that Bandit player who was by themselves, which I didn't like as much.
Yeah, but, you know, what's interesting is this is the first time post-checkpoint that we've seen serious cart stoppage. And they've already made it, you know, 30% or so.
And even despite that, they're getting players on cart after a near team wipe.
Yeah.
And Fake is only just barely able to get it clear when players like 505 pop up around a corner with the double shotguns.
Really impressive pushing by Bandit here. I'd like to see a bit of a group up by Bandit here. I mean, this is the point where Fake has some serious spawn advantage on Bandit. I mean, it takes Fake, what, 7 seconds to get to that cart, and it takes Bandit 10 to 15 after every death. So they need to be grouping up, making sure that every life is used to its full effect. And we're seeing some good micro pushes here by Bandit, but ideally micro pushes is something that you see a little bit later. Micro pushes is what when you're trying to go for that time, you know, final push of that 100%. Not quite when you're trying to still get another 20 or 30 to go.
I liked the positioning by the shocks here. Bandit, unfortunately, for them, for Fake rather, able to push those shocks effectively and get a lot of movement on cart. Digit Blob thought they got the kill there, but wasn't quite able to secure it, and therefore Sage got almost a full % of push just because Digiblob disengaged too early.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing 505 countering the person who's going basement. Interesting choice to go basement while the cart is down. We see Texas getting on the cart, but Fake doing a great job putting a red person on the cart so it didn't actually move that entire time.
That's kind of one of the many difference makers between a middle tier team and a top tier team is when they cart stack and how effectively they do it.
Exactly.
That's something that you see in dasher tier teams a lot, is stacking the cart with a red player so that blue can't move it. Because at a certain point, you can almost guarantee a blue player is going to be on the cart for at least a second. And you're going to have to kill them on that cart because that's exactly where blue wants to be.
Oh.
But if you could stop them with a cart stack or with some sick rockets...
Nice rockets over there. Oh, gets taken out. Texas Toast, amazing job, and also gets the health, but isn't quite able to get on the cart. Those seeds like Blob messes up their dash, so Bandit gets a free percent because they didn't get taken out by the nice use of high ground and rockets by Blob there. But still, we're seeing all these little micro pushes by Bandit. It's adding up. Now they're at 90% with 3.5 minutes left, and if they keep this micro push up, they probably will make 100%.
Sage Birdie, grabbing that ledge dash, waiting for teammates, ushering them along, is going to follow up behind, I assume, by pushing the cart then, telling her teammates to move forward.
We're seeing some pro Bandit strategies here.
A lot of hand movement. Oh my gosh.
505
was scratching their head, and they got the kill.
That was impressive, but they're super low now, taking the bottom health, which is actually usually kind of good because...
you don't want Bandit getting that health after getting some shots in as they make their way to cart. Bandit going for another group up, I assume using those pro hand signals. Trying to get a clear on cart with the rockets. That would have worked if they'd hit. 505 circling back for the health once again. If you don't kill 505, Bandit does not get health. There you go. That's the kill on 505 that they needed. Can Bandit make something of this?
It looks like Bandit's taking the time to group up a little bit. Well, Glitched pushing up alone. Now we're seeing Sage Birdie pushing up alone. If they had just kind of coordinated those pushes a little bit better, but it doesn't matter because Toast coming in, getting some push on the cart. They're double stacking the cart.
No fake players left alive except Neo DVD. Are there any Bandit players left who can push the cart despite these rockets?
Oh, we got
there's
two.
Neo DVD gets the suicide kill. That's important though. There's no Bandit players left alive. Fake is going to respawn a lot faster. The one Bandit player on the cart is Fake countering this. And that's it. Oh, the rocket just took a little bit too long to get there. Neo DVD very upset about that last lack of a kill. And it looks like there was still one Bandit player left alive. Bandit was all but guaranteed to get that 100% at this rate.
Yeah, amazing job by Bandit.
Just under 2 minutes left over. Fake is going to be hard pressed to beat that time with the way things are going.
Absolutely. We're seeing DG Blob, 42 and 23, getting a bunch of kills just like last time on Fake's team, but looks like they weren't able to fully get that defense down. But, maybe we'll see an equally as impressive blue side from Fake over here because Bandit, a lot more even across the board, a lot more team coordination, it seems, a lot less focus on kills.
Yeah. This opener is going to be very important. Interesting they put one of their Rocketeers on the cart, probably because they can get that T-Rex hold above the front of the cart and get some kills. Neo DVD set up, dashes forward to try and not get exploded.
That was really impressive.
Almost
movement.
getting exploded anyways. Those shocks, try to retreat and grab another shock. Not quite able to do it. I like that back dashing by Neo DVD. If you can stay alive and get back on the cart after everything's wiped, that's more effective, more time efficient than if you died on cart and had to respawn. Speaking of which, good rockets there by Glitched. Left-handed rockets, no less. Another good rocket by Glitch, waiting for that health.
Oh, checking their wristwatch. Gets taken out. Crazy forward disruption there, but it gets taken out anyway. We see Nummies trying to push up, grabbing a dash. We see really good hold on Health Room here by Bandit, but if the cart's moving, to be honest, I couldn't care if Health Room is being held. They got to go make sure that cart is secured and it's down.
Bandit really doesn't want to get flanked. You can tell by the way that they're moving around the entire map. And bouncing back and forth between cart and health room and flanks and holding onto walls. If they get flanked, I think Bandit is going to have a hard time with split direction, focusing on the cart and focusing behind them. Whereas Fake was doing a decent job of dealing with flankers at this point in the map. However, the cart is completely stopped, which, if we remember, Bandit was triple stacked at this point in the map. This is an insane time difference. Even 4:30, there are only 15 seconds left until until we get to the point where we called out Bandit was at the end of this corner.
Yeah.
With the checkpoint in sight.
I mean, I think Bandit was 10 or 20% ahead. Well, not 20, 10% ahead of where Fake was right about now. You know, Fake's still not making terrible time. I mean, they're still, you know, possibly on pace to making the league average of 4 minutes around that bend. However, right now it's looking like they might not quite make it at that moment.
It seems like one of the big difference makers here is that initially Bandit had a stronger hold against Fake, or was rather able to prevent Fake from getting a sick triple stack like Bandit did. And meanwhile, they've also been stacking players on cart as Red Team, which we didn't see Fake do a whole lot until very late in the map. And there we go, that cart stacking that I was talking about earlier. Alex fighting from the cart, making it so that Bandit, or Fake rather, can't approach cart. There's no point in approaching cart if there's a red player on it. You can't move it. And Alex, like, absolutely is aware of that. Taxi trying to get a flank with shotguns, grabs that flank dash.
Man, Bandit's leaving their flank dash very open. Just kind of asking for kind of more flank to happen with the enemy team. I mean, that flank dash is the only possibly way that Fake can really get in their backlines and give them trouble from behind. Even though they had a flanker, nothing really came of it. I mean, I think they got one kill and it wasn't really effective. Practicing exactly what you want to do, focusing those rockets, really is the big thing that I would have liked to see Fake doing with that flank dash.
At this point in the map, Fake is about a minute behind standard pace, and like way over a minute behind Bandit's pace.
Oh, definitely.
And even still, we're seeing a lot of that cart stacking I was talking about earlier. It seems like Alex is very comfortable fighting on that cart as Red Team. However, that was a sick flank by a Fake player. A lot of cool rockets set up around the cart. Nice curves on the rockets. Gets taken out. Fake, however, despite taking out the rockets, not getting any movement on cart. And the rockets are probably back up at this rate.
Oh.
K moves forward, trying to get a flank on the cart. No, goes all the way back for that far dash, despite having full health, and missing the team push and getting taken out by rockets.
So again, I mean, we're seeing a lot of flanks by Fake, but not much coming out of it. So even though Bandit is definitely leaving that flank dash open more than I would like, it's kind of working out for them anyway.
It's almost like a distraction at this rate.
They're doing an amazing job right now. I mean, Fake is only about 6-7% away from making checkpoint, and they have 2 minutes to do it, which is very, very possible. However, right about now, Bandit had already made checkpoint, and so even if Fake does end up making checkpoint, they're behind pace of where Bandit is. And looking at how things have been going right now, Fake is gonna really want every second possible post checkpoint if they make it.
Seems like Sage was getting ready to hop on that cart despite the low health. A lot of cart focus out of Bandit. Double stacking here. They've noticed that the only player really grabbing any sort of cart clear weapons on behalf of Fake is 505, grabbing those shotguns. Just now we see Taxi with shocks, but I think this might be the first time we've seen Taxi with shocks throughout this entire match. Getting a lot done. Since Bandit is so cart focused, you can almost guarantee you're going to get a kill if you shoot that cart. However, the cart is not moving. A lot of fancy dashing by Bandit.
But Neo DVD not getting on the cart, gets taken out by rockets. Oh, all of that amazing shot work.
And now there's only one Fake player left near the cart. Taxi trying to follow up in time. His teammate gets taken out. He gets one kill on cart. Gets taken out by rockets.
Yeah. You know what? The only thing worse than not having an amazing play is having an amazing play and then not having it be followed up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's rough. That's where the team coordination comes in. That's what Bandit has had a strength in throughout this entire match, is getting important plays done all at once, rather than one player at a time. Glitched Robot in a very sneaky far back position. I don't think I've seen a Rocketeer in this specific position at all throughout this league, if I'm honest. I kind of like that sight line on the card. If you can get the curve done correctly, Glitched
kills themselves.
Reactively dashes away from whoever was behind them. However, dashing away ended up with their death. Is Fake going to get this checkpoint?
Fake might make checkpoint just off that rocket kill.
Oh my gosh.
Oh!
Rocketeer gets important 2 kills. There's one Fake player left.
And there it is.
That's it. That last push was close.
That was
oh my goodness.
an insanely close checkpoint. I mean, amazing job over there by Bandit. And you know what? Fake did an amazing job too. No discount to them. They almost made that checkpoint, so that came really close. Let's go ahead and look at these scores. We see Glitch Robot top scoring over on Bandit side with 56.04, and then over on Fake side, DG Blob, 70 and 38. I mean, that's an amazing KD, but this league, if anything else, if nothing else, shows that, you know, KD is not everything, and you really want to make sure that what you're doing is followed up on. So 8,026 points by Blob. So amazing job by Blob. And Key also 5145. I mean, second highest kills in the entire lobby. But, you know, ultimately, it just wasn't able to be followed up on.
Ultimately, Fake or Bandit was just able to follow up on those plays a lot more consistently than Fake was, and that won them the day.
Exactly.
Very exciting match, though. You had no egg eating for Shout. Unfortunately, I'm very disappointed.
You know what? I think the board should come in and force them to replay that and have Bandit only have one player, just so that
tip the scales a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, just so that we see Shout eat that egg.
So we can give Shout salmonella here.
So thank you everyone for watching. I think we can pull in Sage Birdie and Glitch Robot, the two captains of Fake or of Bandit, in on here to do some a nice little interview. So if you guys want to stay around for that, please do. If not, then please leave a like. Again, it really helps the league grow. I know that, you know, sound like a broken record, but we really appreciate it, and the league really appreciates it, and Willow really appreciates it. So that should be enough for everyone. So we're going to be joining in here any second. It looks like Glitch Robot is already there. Hey, Robot, you there?
Hey, Glitched.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? Congratulations on the win. How is Bandit feeling?
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said congratulations on the win. How's Bandit feeling after a game like that, which was insanely close?
Oh, we're feeling great.
Yep, I noticed that cart stack early on in the canyon and early post checkpoint in the canyon was very effective. It saved a lot of time for you guys. What were you guys thinking when going for a strategy like that? That which can be a very risky play if Fake is able to confidently bring some sort of explosives in.
We were just focusing on like holding silo on the second part, and just as soon as we saw an explosive, we would have 2 out of our 3 cart riders push up and kill it.
So you had a lot of emphasis on keeping track of where the enemy is and only jumping off when the time is right. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough. And it seems to have worked out for you guys greatly. You had almost 2 minutes left once you made it to 100%. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what were you guys thinking about during that Quarry match? There was a lot of back and forth going on. It seems like there was a lot of difficulty with securing all 3 buttons at once.
That Quarry match was, I think that Fake and Bandit are so evenly matched on Quarry that we really thought we were going to be doing a sudden death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it.
I think everyone in the chat in the booth was also thinking. I mean, that score at 1 minute left. I mean, that was a phenomenal play that really won you guys that game. You know, sudden deaths are always very difficult to pull off.
And very high stress.
And you know, you can't practice them either, right? Because like there's no mutator that lets you practice the sudden death, so you kind of just have to go off instinct.
Exactly. Yeah. We were very nervous about that.
Well, congratulations to you guys. I think that will be the end of our stream. Do you guys got any last words that you want to say?
Thank you, Fake, for playing.
Yeah, it was fun.
Great sportsmanship. Well, thank you so much for everyone who's watching, and thank you, Bandit, for coming into the booth and saying hi. That'll be the end of our stream today. I think we got a bunch of more matches today, or I think we have 3 more matches at the end of the day. You can see that in the Casa Media, as usual. A lot of great commentators and casters. I think there's another game going on right now that's being casted, so be sure to go and catch that. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I've been Willow.